Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel today. This is Nathan. Thanks for taking a look at the video of this Toyota RAV4 with me today. Please leave any comments that you like or suggestions. I appreciate those. Subscribe to my channel if you like what I do. We're going to look at this car today in depth and in detail on this video, inside, outside, under the hood, every which way. Talk about its history and its recent service work and what a nice little RAV4 this is. I will make a separate video of me driving this car, so look for that on my channel as well. Some freeway and city driving. Drives spectacularly. My phone number is in the description down below if you are interested to get in contact with me to ask any other questions about it or take a look at it. So with that, this is an 06 RAV4. The vast majority of these were a 4-cylinder, and as you see here and as presented on its grille badging, this is a 6-cylinder model. So this really almost feels 4Runner-ish when you drive it, if you're familiar with the 4Runner. It's a 3.5 liter 6-cylinder. It has more than 100 horsepower more than its sibling with the 4-cylinder. So this is a 3.5 liter V6. The most of them that you see with the 4-cylinder is the 4-cylinder is like 166 horsepower. This is 269. So this is literally more than 100 more. And it really gives this nice power, easy, quick acceleration, nice passing power on the freeway. But all the while, it gets 30 miles to the gallon on the freeway. So yes, it's a little bit less than a 4-cylinder, but this is really a nice configuration in this SUV, and especially for its size. It's a little bit cloudy today, but you can see the color. There's the roof rack and crossbars. Real good shape up there. This spoiler piece on this back is a little bit sun faded up there because it's plastic, but this is really a nice little SUV. There's no rust anywhere on it. It does have a aftermarket hidden hitch branded hitch. Even if you don't have a use for this for a jet skis or a small boat or something, this is really nice to have on here. You can put one of those extra luggage rack things on the back that go into the hitch. I use mine on my regular SUV for a bike rack, which I absolutely love. I don't know how I ever lived without having a hitch mounted bike rack. So really nice to have that, even if you sparingly use it. The towing capacity, if anybody's curious, I did look up for a RAV4, is 3,500 pounds, which is about what I expected. So 3,500 pounds on that. This has a lot of new parts, so let's talk about that briefly real quick. I mean, everything works like it should. All of the electrics, cruise control, air conditioning, everything works like it should. It's been very well cared for. Also has a remote start system. I'll demonstrate that once we go inside. It has a remote start. It works great. Has 2 sets of keys. So just right now was just serviced and had new front brakes, rotors, and calipers. Yes, they are rusty. That's just how they get, and it'll kind of burnish, in over time. It won't look so obviously rusted, but those are brand new. It's just how they are when they're new. So front brakes, rotors, calipers, and hoses in the front. Brakes and rotors in the back, not calipers. See, that's an older caliper, but there was nothing wrong with them. So new pads and rotors on the rear. A fresh oil change. Also had 5 new TPMS sensors. Oh, well, why does it have 5, Nathan? There's only 4 tires on the car. Well, guess what? Even in 06, there is a spare tire, a TPMS sensor in the freaking spare tire. So it was also a weak battery. All of them were pretty weak. It was causing a TPMS light to come on. So I've had them all replaced with brand new sensors. Had the wheels rebalanced because you have to dismount the tire to do that. So the wheels were just freshly balanced as well. Also an alignment was just performed. So that's the stuff that was just done. Now these tires were installed 7,000 miles ago. So you can see the tread is excellent, probably about 930 seconds based on a visual assessment here. They're literally as good as new, just about, because they only have 7,000 miles on them. Also at that time, the sway bar links were replaced. the rear wheel bearings and the front strut assemblies, which I'll show you once we open the hood here. Those were also replaced. The complete front strut assemblies, rear wheel bearings, sway bar links, and the tires 7,000 miles ago. And then in conclusion, air filter, cabin filter, along with a transmission fluid change and a brake fluid change was done at 162,000 miles. Car currently has 174, so very recent on that stuff. So I think that's everything I wanted to say about the recent service. Let's take a look under the hood and then we'll look inside. This exterior color, if you're curious or wondering, I can give you a little preview of how clean this interior is and how nice. Exterior color is called Everglade. I have it on my notes. Yeah, Everglade Metallic. I guess it's kind of fitting because that's really what it looks like. Let me get this hood opened. So firstly, you can see the very new bolts on the strut towers because, again, those were replaced at the same time as the tires about 7,000 miles ago. Has a nice interstate battery. This is a decal talking about the remote start system. You can hear how quiet. Super clean. Cowl up here is super nice. The bottom side of the hood is very, very clean. Hood pad looks good and intact. There's no rust or anything along the seam of the hood here. I'm just going to hover here for a moment so you can listen to the engine at idle. All right. The front hood, I'm just going to say this here while we're here, extremely nice. Very, very few tiny little paint chips on the nose, but overall extremely nice. The headlights, as you've seen here, are extremely nice and clean. It does have a couple holes in the front bumper for when it did have to have a front license plate, but does not anymore. Now let's take a look at the interior here. Also, I did forget to mention the most recent owner had this since 2016, so about 6 years, and it had 111,000 miles at that time. So 6 years and about 65, whatever that math is, 63,000 miles. Door panels really nice and clean. Everything works like I said. No rust on the bottoms of the doors. It does have the original mats. Yes, they do show their age and a little bit of discolor, you know, here and there, especially on this driver one, but they're nice. They fit the floor nicely. Seats in great shape. A little stain or something of some kind right here, but the fabric's nice. Great shape. Headliner is perfect, nice and tight. It's not any sags or anything like that. It's all perfect like it should be. The seat belt you can see up in the ceiling back there is for the middle seat in the second row. Air conditioning's on right now and it works great. It's nice and cold. There is the exact mileage at this moment, 174,300. No warning lights or anything like that. It does in fact have a full tank of gas. Typical Toyota horn. Steering wheel is in real nice shape. A little bit little bit of wear across the very top, but it's still nice and smooth. It's not sticky or icky or anything weird. It's very nice. Dashboard is in great shape. No issues there, which actually I like to show every inch of a car, but ironically, some Toyotas and Lexuses do have dashboard problems, particularly Lexus LS's, Lexus RX, their SUV. So this one never did, but very nice. Simple manual climate control, works great. Digital clock, original radio. It does have an aux, limited slip differential. It does have an aux input and another power outlet right down in here. There's the power outlet and then the aux down below. So that's all factory. Power mirror adjustment there, a couple cup holders. DAC, anybody know what that means? Downhill assist control, just like it shows the car going down a steep hill. It's actually really cool the way that works. I would enjoy to make a video showing that in action. First time I ever saw that in action was out in Colorado with my friend Chris in his Land Rover Discovery. Has this type of feature, and a lot of Toyotas do, and some other neat off-road vehicles, but very cool the way that works. Look that up, and I'm sure there's some videos out there. I love the glove box on these, the extra glove box on these RAV4s. You push the one button to open and close it. I think it's very smartly engineered. So you have that box, which is really great for sunglasses and you know, things like that. And then the regular glove box, there's the owner's manual. But this is a nice little tray for whatever you want to put in there. So owner's manual there. It does have all of the original floor mats, and then like I said earlier, it does have two sets of keys. This is just one of the sets of the keys, but here's the remote start, which is also a keyless entry lock and unlock, works fine. So the remote start, you push and hold the key button and you can see that blue light come on. When it starts to flash, let go, and voila, it will start. And then you can push and hold the button the same way and it'll turn off, or it will just run for 20 minutes and then turn itself off. And then you put the key in the car, turn it back to the on position, and you're ready to go. Let's take a look in the back. Back seat is really, really nice and clean. As you can see, the floor is super clean. There's the other two puzzle piece mats for the rear floor. Backs of the seats are nice. Everything's nice. There's just really nothing bad to say about this. Well, you know what? I hadn't seen that till now. I guess there is just a little bit of bubbling right there on the seam of that door back here, but still pretty minor. This jamb is very clean back here. These seats do fold completely flat with ease, like that. I'll do them both here in a second. And then when someone's riding back here, this folds down, armrest, nice, and cup holder, of course. And probably one of most people's favorite things about a RAV4 is this very low to the ground flat load floor. If you look at my knee cap, and I'm 6 feet tall or thereabouts, my kneecap, literally the bottom of my kneecap is touching the bumper. So I don't know how many inches that is, but I know in general a lot of SUVs floors will be like right about here. So this is a good, 6 to 8 inches lower. It's a lot easier to load stuff in and out of here. My mother actually borrowed this and drove it, and she bought a grill and was able to put it right in here with ease, and she's 73 years old. Had to think about that. There's a compartment down here below. Lots of nice extra storage, the jack and an included pair of jumper cables. A lot of stuff you could fit in this nice well here, and this is a really nice floor system back then on these, because this is a nice hard plastic, and it really is substantial. I mean, almost like to the point that I could probably step on this and be quite all right. Same thing here, another compartment underneath this. It's like a puzzle. But very nice original cargo shade, still here like it should be. And then you can release the seats from back here. So let's do that from here. So there goes one, and there goes two. So you can see, and that cargo shade, this comes out, of course. And then you can go like this, like that. So you can see how much room there is once those seats are down. It's almost like a truck bed. You could darn near fit a 84-inch sofa in there. The back door here, a few little light scratches on the plastic, but overall very nice, very clean. This is something they still do on newer cars. This is like a rear bumper applique. This is a factory piece. It says RAV4, but it's supposed to protect the bumper. On newer ones, they do the full face of the bumper, but it's supposed to protect it from scratches, which obviously there's a few light scratches right here. Would have been good if they covered the whole thing back then, but... And then this just goes... This is interesting, trying to do this with one hand, but voila, like that. Yep. The gate, being a big swing arm gate, is a little heavy, you know, to a degree for some, but you just, once you get it moving, you just keep it moving, and then you can give it usually a good push and it'll shut. Here's a view of this seat since I put it down before we got to look at it. And these seats are nice too because you can adjust, you can lift up on the latch and, you know, make it recline even back like that. So it makes it easier to mount car seats or obviously to recline to be more comfortable. So great shape. Again, super clean, great shape. Same thing on this side. Looks like just a little bit right here on this seam seal. Not a big deal. Just keeping it clean would keep that like that for a long time. And finally, passenger seat. Really nice, just like the rest. This original floor mat as well. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate your comments and your subscriptions, of course. Love to talk about car stuff. There's the bottom of that door. Oh, you can know the AC is working. See that? That's the water dripping from the AC. All right, inside, outside, headliner, engine compartment. The wheels are in real nice shape too. Little bit of, like on this one, there's a little bit of the silver finish coming off to a degree, but still presents very nicely. Few little light scratches that I had touched up here with matching touch-up paint on the bumper corner, but pretty small stuff. Take another look around here. So in conclusion, you know, with the miles on this and the history and the many new parts, there is absolutely no reason, and as well as you can hear that it runs, there is absolutely no reason for this not to be able to easily travel another 100,000 miles at a minimum. I mean, any Toyota that's under 200,000 miles is still darn near a baby. Look how clean that front bumper is. So nice. You know, still a baby in my opinion. Great cars, low cost of ownership, superior reliability. You know, what more could you ask for? Great reliability, low cost of ownership, really good fuel mileage, even though it's a 6-cylinder, and it's inexpensive and cheap to maintain when it does need something. So yeah, I think it's a splendid automobile. Like I said in the beginning, stay tuned. There'll be a separate video here on my channel, should be right about next to this one, and I'm going to take it for a drive down some city streets and on the freeway, so you can get a feel for how it sounds and how it drives by riding along with me. Like I said, it's definitely excellent, nothing negative to say at all. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. And bye-bye.